Hello AP World folks, it's Menenberg, and I'm going to introduce to you today the AP World themes. The College Board, in its infinite wisdom, has structured this class, AP Modern World History, around several themes. And the reason we do this, the reason they ordered it this way, was so that we as history students can understand and categorize the vast amounts of content that is being thrown at us in our textbooks and throughout this year. And so if we just read all of it, it'd be really hard for us to process things without putting it into different buckets. These buckets are called themes. And so there are other ways to organize the information that we're taking in, but for our sake today, I want you to just focus on these 6 themes that the College Board has given us. It used to be 5, some classes it's 4, this class it's 6, and we're going to go through each of them. Now before I get to that, I want to do 2 things. First, I want to give credit. Okay, there is credit. These images that I have included in this PowerPoint were created by a very creative and talented teacher named Caitlin. Caitlin, thank you if you're watching. Appreciate your graphics, appreciate all your hard work. And the other thing I want to mention is that as we explore these themes, it's important to recognize that there is overlap. So certain concepts that we engage in with history do extend into multiple areas of themes. So for example, in our current day and age, we are looking at social unrest in the United States. It's social, but there's political implications because various government officials, government organizations, and agencies are being impacted or affected or are reacting to the social unrest. Similarly, as a culture, our belief structures are shifting as a result of what we are seeing in some of these social engagements, shall we say. In any case, there's many other examples that we're going to see throughout the course, so just bear with me as we go. Okay. Our first theme is humans and the environment. Now mind you, this is going to be in a different order for your class. Some teachers like to use acronyms to help you remember that. I am like that. I'm not using the order of the acronyms for this. I'm using it in the order that Caitlin Tripp has organized in these beautiful graphics that she has created. And so hopefully you can figure out which numbers go with which theme. For pieces, for example, that's the one we use. Pieces is our acronym. In any case, theme number 1 is humans and their interaction with the environment. It says that the environment shapes human societies, and as populations grow and change, these populations in turn shape their environments. Weird. Here's a couple of examples. Demographics, population, migrations, urbanization, that type of thing. In addition to that, whenever the humans are doing things to the environment, like building a canal or perhaps overfishing a certain area, the environment is affected. We are interacting as human beings, so we're going to see this especially as we get into industrialization. But as we interact with the environment, we change it. We make use of it for our benefit. That is what this theme is all about. Theme number 2. Cultural developments and interactions. The development of ideas, beliefs, and religions illustrates how groups in society view themselves, and the interactions of societies and their beliefs often have political, social, and cultural implications. There goes our overlap that we're talking about. Because of what we believe, our philosophies or worldviews, if you will, we live a certain way. We organize our governments in a certain way. We organize our families in a certain way. These are the implications of cultural developments. In addition, there's some other examples including art, architecture, like I said, belief system or worldviews, language, and the like. So when we talk about ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, the pyramids, that is an architectural achievement that would fall under culture. However, it might also fall under something like, I don't know, belief systems, which is also culture, because they built the pyramids as tombs, right, for their rulers who would go into their believed afterlife, right? Okay, so that's all examples of culture. Next theme. Number 3, governance. This is the political theme, my friends. A variety of internal and external factors contribute to state formation, expansion, and decline. Governments maintain order through a variety of administrative institutions, policies, and procedures, and governments obtain, retain, and exercise power in different ways and for different purposes. That's a lot to take in. I'm going to leave that for a moment. You can read that, hopefully. If you haven't looked at this, you'll see this in the course and exam description. They'll go through each theme in this exact wording, okay? A couple of examples are types of governments, laws, political movements, war, diplomacy, bureaucracy, government policies, things like the military. As you raise a military, that is a government agency, that's a government organization that has to do with politics. Okay, it's not too complicated there, but if the king and queen, those are examples of political figures, government, they run the government or they're part of the government, that's a good example there as well. Okay, now just to be clear, these are not all of the examples, okay, not even close. As you engage in the history content through your textbook and whatever you're learning in your class, you're going to see a lot of other different examples, but you want to be able to look at that example and be like, oh, Louis XIV, that's an example of a political figure. He's going to fit in this theme, so that if you're asked a question about politics, you can come up with a specific example of Louis XIV and put that in there, right? That's why we do this, one of the reasons. All right, theme number 4. We had 3 more to go, people. Economic systems. As societies develop, they affect and are affected by the ways that they produce, exchange, and consume goods and services. All right, that's why we have a piggy bank here, right? Money. Now, this can also include trade routes, banking, economic systems like capitalism or communism. It can include financial instruments like checks, goods that are exchanged. A great example of this is manufacturing and labor systems. So labor systems is one we're going to explore in many different units. That is the means by which goods are produced. So for example, as we get to the study of the New World, as it were, we are going to look at cash crops. That's economics, and the way that those cash crops are produced is typically by forced labor. That is a labor system that produces an economic good. It will have cultural and social implications as well, but as it pertains to the AP world, this primarily looks at economic systems. Okay? Theme number 5, social interactions and organization. This is the process by which societies group their members and norms that govern the interactions between these groups and between individuals, influence political, economic, and cultural institutions and organization. Would you believe how we organize our families and societies impacts those things? Of course they do. Social interactions includes social hierarchies, gender roles, family structure, racial and ethnic groups, and social class. So there's a lot of examples that we're going to look at throughout history. One big example that falls under this is the idea of patriarchy. Most societies, if not all, have some form of patriarchal system in place that puts men above women and most other folks in society. In addition, gender roles, that's what gender roles, but also racial and ethnic groups, we're going to see, I'm going to use the New World as another example, of groups that have higher importance in the society. So for example, in South America, you had the Peninsulares at the top, the people who were born in Europe. Those are at the top. Next, you had the Creoles, who were European bloods born in the New World. They were seen, even though they looked the same as the Europeans, they were looked at as less than because of the social organization. And then there's other groups beneath and so on. Okay, but it's hierarchy. That's what it's related to. Theme number 6, technology and innovation. This is actually a newer theme in the last couple of years that the College Board has put in there. This is the human adaptation and innovation, which has resulted in increased efficiency, comfort, and security. And technological advances have shaped human developments and interactions with both intended and unintended consequences. Okay, so this is basically how we've improved stuff by stuff we invented, right? Okay, so examples include scientific discovery, digital technology like computers and the internet, communication technology like the telegraph or cell phones, agricultural equipment or technology like a better plow. We think of technology, we think of computers. But technology can be something as basic and rudimentary as the wheel. It can be a compass. It can be a certain type of sail, a certain type of saddle. This is technology that makes our lives easier or more efficient or more effective, usually. Now, again, as we sum up, I want to really emphasize that these themes that we're exploring in this class are going to overlap. But they are going to provide a very helpful foundation for you to interact with the historical content that you're looking at. So take them seriously get used to them, get familiar with them, and as you get new content thrown at you, please, please, please figure out a way that you can organize that content within those 6 different themes. Some things might fit in more than one theme, but they will fit and they will be applicable, and you should be able to write about them in a thematic way. I hope this information was helpful. We'll see you next time. And remember, life is about choices, my friends.